Peace. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Love Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. And I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel. Welcome, YouTube. Peace. Happy Passover and Easter to all those out there celebrating and showing love for he has risen. All right. Much love to my parents, my brothers and sister. Highest heart love. All right. Divine Rising, happy Sunday, Easter Sunday. We pick up at chapter 5. Can I go to Nikki's, please? Welcome, peace. Thank you for the likes and subs. We're pushing towards 700 subs on this peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. I'm Master Fitness Trainer Uriel. And here we go. Chapter 5 of Love Like Sky. Can I go to Nikki's, please? Page 44 for those in the playlist and reading along. As Daddy drove, the streets and signs became familiar. Chestnut Street, Baker. We were in our old neighborhood. Had he read my mind? Was he taking me to see Nikki? Did Mama mention how responsible I had been that morning? After a while, we veered down Black Swan Drive and into our old driveway. Daddy parked. Surprise! I turned toward him. You know the people who bought our house, Daddy? Yes, sirree, Bob. Was it Grandma Sugar? Did Sugar buy it? Nope. Who? You're looking at him. I undid my seatbelt, hoping that what Daddy said wouldn't change. Really? I thought you and Millicent moved out to Decatur. There was a for sale sign in the yard. Do you see someone now? Just like Snellville, there were trees all around, but underneath some of the trees in our old neighborhood were sidewalks and pastel-colored chalk, bike skid marks, and cracks that we'd say if you stepped on one, you'll break your mother's back. Peaches, peaches! We get to be in our old rooms. We can see our friends. Peaches, our friends! We're visiting our old used-to-be house? Peaches asked. She wasn't moving fast enough, so I jumped out, opened her door, and started unbuckling her seatbelt. We can play at our old house. I whipped around to Daddy. Does Mama know? Yes, sirree. We wanted to surprise you two. Woo! That's a relief. Didn't want another dealership situation or for Daddy to do anything behind Mama's back. That's one rule I learned about divorced parents. Unless they tell each other their every move, it's suddenly behind my back. As I was getting ready to hug Daddy's neck, who should appear on the porch but Millipede, wearing overalls like she was a farmer in the dell. Daddy reached for our hands. Peaches grabbed his, but I folded my arms across my chest as we walked toward Millipede. She stood on the porch, fanning her hands like like they were on fire. You girls have gotten so big, she said. I wear a size 13 shoe now. Peaches wiggled her right Big Bird tennis shoe. Wow, and what neat sneakers those are. And look at you, Georgiana. I swear you have grown a mile. She's almost taller than Mama, Peaches said. Millipede smiled. You two are as pretty as you want to be. Daddy's eyes fixed on me as We walked into the house. Thanks, I said so softly, even I barely heard it. Is this my house or a soul food kitchen? Daddy asked. That made me mad because he used to say that to Mama. But unlike Mama, who could make a shoe taste good, Millipede couldn't cook worth a dang. Were you surprised, Georgiana? Millipede asked. Not really. It's just our old house. Our new house is bigger, and we might get a pool. I wasn't sure if I was fooling Millipede or not, but I didn't want her to have any part in making me happy. The living room seemed twice as big without our giant couch, bookcases, and our china cabinet that Peaches used to think meant the real place in Asia. Daddy was quiet, but Millipede kept yapping, her natural hair twisted and flopping around like curly fries. Well, we haven't decorated much in the living room or dining room yet. We can get started on your rooms as soon as you like. Mama already let us decorate our rooms. Not like we'll be living here, I said. I want to decorate, G baby, Peaches said. Millie, why don't you take Peaches to wash her hands? Daddy said. Peaches held up her hands. I can do it myself. Can I wash mine with you? Millipede asked. Okay, Peaches said. I started to follow them, but Daddy's hand dropped on my shoulder like a cement block. You stay with me for a second. When Peaches and Millipede were down the hall, he lifted up my chin and waited until I met his eyes. I get that this is hard, Georgie, but you gotta try here. Millicent agreed to live in this house because she realized how much it means for me to be able to do this for my girls. Mama wanted to stay here. He removed his hand from my chin and softly rubbed my cheek. I fought back a smile. You're right. But Frank bought a new house, and just like you said, bigger than this one, and in a top school district, you name it. And he has a daughter who is also needs stability. Millicent agreed to this for us. So what you think about trying to so what you think about trying to be nice to her? Can I go to Nikki's? Is that all you gotta say? Can I go to Nikki's, please? Daddy took my hand and we sat down on the leather couch. Mama would never let Daddy get a leather couch. She said she didn't know why anyone would want a leather sticking to their legs in their own home. Now Daddy had a whole living room full of it. Georgie, no one is expecting you to act like Millicent is your mama. But we raised you to be respectful, so I know you can do better than what you are doing. I rolled my eyes. Peaches is watching you, he said. I know, I know. I gotta help her adjust. Daddy put his arms around my shoulders and pulled me closer, the leather ripping from my legs. We're all trying to help each other. That's the best any of us can do right now. He kissed my forehead. I won't be a smart aleck. Promise? Scout's honor, I said, and he wrinkled his brow. Think I can go to Nikki's before it gets dark? Baby, let's enjoy family time. No Nikki's today. I'll make it a point to invite her out with us next time, though, if you want. You can, so we can agree on that. Fair deal? Fair deal. Daddy stood up and extended his hand. Good doing business with you, young lady. My pleasure, sir. I shook his hand. I crossed my fingers behind my back. If Daddy didn't have to keep his word all the time, why should I? Georgiana, Millipede said as she and Peaches breezed into the living room. As politely as I could, I said, "It's Georgie. Sorry. Sorry, Georgie. You want to get washed up and come help Peaches and me set the table?" "Sure." Millipede smashed me into her bosom like she was Grandma's sugar. "Thank you, Georgie." Somebody, seeing the way she rocked when she squeezed me, would have thought I'd saved her cat from a fire. I played right along with it. Once she finished rocking me to death, she let me breathe for a minute, and I left to wash my hands. When I got back, she slung her arm over my shoulder and grabbed Peach's hand, and we went to set the table. Even though she'd done little to the living room, Millipede had spent a lot of time fixing up the kitchen. Betty Boop was everywhere. There was a Betty Boop menu board with Millicent's Kitchen written on it. Dish towels, salt, and pepper shakers, and a rug each had a wide-eyed Betty Boop. "Wow," Peaches said. Millipede spread her arms wide. "You like it?" Peaches walked around like she was at Six Flags over Georgie. "Ooh, Betty Boop." "Yep, she's my favorite." When I found out that that character of Betty Boop was stolen from a black woman, Esther Jones, I went a little overboard. Used to have her all over my bedroom. I couldn't put your daddy through that, though. So here she is. Peaches poked the Betty Boop figure on the top of the cookie jar and watched it wobble. It's more funnier than our kitchen. It's more funner than our kitchen. I sighed. Funner isn't a word. It's funnier than our kitchen. Millipede turned to me. "You like her, Georgie?" "She's okay." I wanted to ask Millipede more about Betty Boop, but I stayed focused on downing lunch and checking the time on Betty Boop clock that had lips in place of numbers. I put on an extra smile. "Whatever you have in the oven smells tasty." Peaches rubbed her stomach. "Mmm, real yummy. I hope you like it. I hope you two like it. Found a recipe for it on the internet last night. You girls go on ahead and set the table. I'll get the salad." Millipede handed me 4 red plates and 4 shiny forks. She passed napkins and those indestructible plastic glasses to Peaches. When Millipede took out the salad, I said, "That looks delicious," even though it looked like something that Tangy would eat. Woo! Good. I worry that I overdid it with the raisins, nuts, cranberries, and apples. Daddy stood in the living room with his back to us. He had one hand gripping his cell phone and one to his ear, and the other squeezing the back of his neck. That's how Mama talked to him sometimes, too. I guess falling out of love made your neck hurt. They're fine. She's fine. A little drowsy is all. Putt Putt energized her. We didn't eat there. Getting ready for lunch right now. Yep, they were both surprised. She's coming around. Takes time. Why now? I'll have them call you before bedtime. I don't do this to you. You don't have to remind me about that. Yeah, okay. I'll check it. There's one here. I know how to look after my girls, Katrina. No more Kit Kat. Peaches didn't ask to speak with Mama. She was too busy folding napkins into pyramids and biting her lip, concentrating on matching the corners. Once Daddy, Peaches, and I sat down at the table, out came Millipede with her Betty Boop oven mitts, holding what looked like a chunk of the moon with millions of craters. "If it isn't burnt, I've outdone myself," she said. I sniffed the air. "Smells scrumptious." Scrumptious, Peaches repeated. When Daddy eyed me and squinted, I knew I was overdoing it. Millipede set the dish in the middle of the table. Thank you, Georgie. Thank you. Overdoing it or not, I was getting to Nikki's. We hadn't been eating lunch but 10 minutes before Peaches said, I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling too good, Daddy. What's the matter, Peaches? Millipede asked. When did your name become Daddy? She's quoting this in her head. She didn't say it. My stomach hurts, Peaches whined and dropped her fork in the middle of her tater tots and Velveeta casserole. Daddy reached over and gently squeezed her shoulder. I shouldn't have let you two have so much cotton candy. A part of me was glad that we didn't have to be Millipede's internet recipe guinea pigs for dessert. Let me take you two up to get you settled, Millipede said. I can handle it, Millicent, I offered. You just want to take a little nap, huh, Peaches? She nodded, and I took her hand. It felt warmer than usual, probably from all the excitement. I take care of her all the time at home, Daddy. I know you do, he said. I'm a little sleepy too, I fibbed. It seemed like the best escape route. Okay, you two go on and rest, and I'll be up and check on you in a bit, Daddy said. I took Peach's hand and we headed upstairs. We both hooked a left straight to our room. Two twin beds with light green comforters and a tall chest sat waiting for us. The walls were bare and the knickknacks that made it ours were gone. Though it was our old room, it felt as unfamiliar as a new school. It was like when I'd see someone who I used to know in first grade. We were not strangers, but we had to become friends all over again. Peaches flopped on the bed without taking off her shoes, so I didn't. I did it for her. It's probably just that brick Millicent called a casserole that made your tummy hurt. Yeah, Daddy's gonna come check on us in a second. Just pretend you're sleeping, okay? Hmm. Yeah, okay. Think I want to go to Mama, G baby, she mumbled. I'll call her later for you, okay? Right now, we need to stay at Daddy's. Why? You didn't even want to come. Know how I always help you and dance for you? Yeah, I need you to help me now. Just pretend you're sleeping. Can you do it? She nodded and disappeared under the blanket. I kicked off my shoes, jumped in the bed, and waited. Less than 10 minutes later, Daddy opened the door. Gee, baby, Peaches. I peeked at him, but didn't stir. Neither did Peaches. He left the door cracked and headed back downstairs. I jumped up and I did one of the oldest tricks I knew, stuffed two pillows underneath the sheets. I tiptoed over to Peaches and nudged her shoulder. I didn't need her waking up and freaking out when she hopped in the bed with me and found the pillows. I'm going to Nikki's, but you can't tell Daddy, okay? I really feel sick. I want to go to Mama. You'll be okay, Peaches. We'll go home tomorrow and eat Mama's cooking. We'll make up our own dances, too. Wouldn't you like that? Uh-huh. Can we call it the Georgie Peaches? Sure can. Just don't get up. Be a big girl for me. You won't stay long? No. Gotta talk to Nikki about something. And I'll be back, okay? Okay, she said. I kissed her cheek. She still felt a little warm, so I took the blanket off her. When I got back, when I got back, I tell Dad Daddy to give her some Pepto-Bismol. I'd even take some too. With my sandals in my hand, I crept down the rear stairs. The dishwasher was running and Daddy was on the phone. It took me about a full minute to unlock the door, and I turned the knob so quietly I could barely make a sound. Once on the porch, I took about another minute to close it, whipped on my sandals, then with Usain Bolt speed, I took off. And that completes chapter 5 of Love Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. Love Like Sky. Beautiful, masterful book. Thank you so much for being here and reading with us. Happy Easter. Thank you so much. Oh, much love. Oh, King Highest Heart Love. Yes. Much love and honor. Thank you for reading books with us. Right? Divine light we shine. Divine light workers here, reading to the people. This peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. So we're shaking it up on YouTube, reading books. It's something sustainable. We can do this for as long as there's a YouTube. I got some great books too. I have some amazing books I'm always reading. So, highest heart, love, and honor. Thank you for being in here. Yes, thank you to all our friends and family. Once you have a wonderful holiday, thank you so much for reading with us. Books and keeping it peaceful. Go out there and shine that light. Okay? Go out in the world and, be gentle with yourself and with others. And value one another. Uplift one another. Yeah. Thank you so much. Much love and highest heart love. Yeah. I will see you soon. And remember, work like the Most High is your employer. Do things with a honor, with a precision that says, the Most High is my Father and will guide me. That's right. In Colossians, it says that. Work like you're working for the Lord in heaven. Don't work like you're working for man or woman. Yes, that's how you keep your integrity and honor. Know that the Most High is always watching. Something my mom and dad always instill in me. I love you, mom and dad, for that. The Most High is always watching. Yes, you're not getting away with anything. And that's how we keep our integrity. Our love and passion in this world comes from following the principles and rules of nature. Ma'at, upright, harmony, right? That's why I sing I love you too. Thank you for the likes and subs. I love you. I you. Let's have a glass of love water in reverence. Happy Passover. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here and reading with us. I love you. Oh, that's some great love water. Amazing. Happy Sunday. I wish all the best for us. Always praying for us. To the north, east, south, and west. You have a wonderful day. Keep shining your light and writing the poetry. Yep. Writing another one today. Right. We accept the truth, for with the truth can we build the kingdom of heaven. Peace, peace. I'll see you soon.